Hey guys, Nezuko here and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we'll be talking about power from Chainsawman versus Nezuko Kamado from Demonslayer. If you're going to enjoy this video, then make sure to like, subscribe. This video also has, or rather this matchup has a lot of factors going into it when it comes to high-end and low-end scaling, which changes the outcome a lot. So I'll go over what happens if you take what type of scaling and the strength, attack, potency points where it's most prevalent, and also in the conclusion as well. So yeah, let's just get into it. For strength, attack, potency, power should at least somewhat be comparable to Chainsawman, who was able to kick Katana Man through several buildings, causing big shockwaves. The calc for this puts this around 183 tons of TNT, with a higher end at 1.14 kilotons of TNT, being between multi-city block level and small town level. You could scale them higher, however, as Chainsaw Man was able to kill Typhoon Devil. If you imply that Typhoon Devil is able to create typhoons due to, other devils and Chainsaw Man being able to have powers related to their ability, basically, they'd be able to output the equivalent of 21.112 kilotons of TNT, or also town level. It is a bit shaky, the highest end of power you can give to power, as it could just be a naming fallacy, but again, we'll get to if we give that to scaling to power and how it differs, or how it makes the matchup any different. For Nezuko Kamado, for a lower end scaling, she's easily able to stomp out Dake, who can very easily one-shot buildings, which would put Nezuko at around the large building level of power. However, you can also scale her to Gyatro due to being able to fight Hantengu, albeit she was losing massively. Gyatro's self-destruction was powerful enough to output the equivalent of 9.52 kilotons of TNT, or enough to destroy a town. This basically then makes it a bit strange to talk about when it comes to comparing power. Even if we assume that Nezuko and the lower end scaling is peak large building level, she would still be between 16 times to 100 times weaker than power, at least when you're taking power's normal scaling. And if you take power's high end scaling, it's over or almost 2,000 times stronger than low end Nezuko, which of course is a pretty wide gap. However, high-end Nezuko would be between over 50 times stronger to 8 times stronger than power with their normal scaling, and power would be about 2 times stronger than Nezuko with both with their high ends. So if you take them both at their high-end scaling, power is more powerful. However, Nezuko's high-end scaling I think is a bit more plausible than power's. Again, I'll go over each scenario in the conclusion as to how it affects things. As for speed, power should scale to Chainsaw Man, as we said, who could blitz Katana Man, which is calculated out to be around 16,700 miles per hour. As for Nezuko, she could somewhat keep up with Hantengu, who uses lightning as attacks, which moves around 270,000 miles per hour, meaning that Nezuko would be over 16 times faster than power. When it comes to durability, power should scale to her attack potency due to being able to take on people who are comparable to her in power. And as for Nezuko, it is much the same story. However, you could argue that her durability is even higher due to being able to take on people, or rather take hits from people who are much stronger than her. So it is the exact same story with the attack potency, meaning that it's a big, massive word salad I'll get to in the conclusion. For abilities, weaponry, and techniques, power has general devil physiology, has transformation as a skilled brawler, has blood manipulation and weapons creation, being able to create weapons out of various bloods, and is very skilled with said weapons. She can heal people and heal herself with blood as well, and also has enhanced senses, being able to smell blood and follow people via their scent alone. As for Nezuko, she also has enhanced smell, as demons are able to smell blood and poison, limited information analysis, with demons being able to perceive details like blood type and sickness. She has some level of immortality, regeneration, battle spirit, and overwhelming aura. She has extrasensory perception, being able to sense the presence of others and their malicious intent. She's quite acrobatic, has body control, and also size manipulation, being able to make herself grow and shrink. She has natural weaponry, being able to utilize her nails in such a manner. She has reactive power level, also along with rage powers, being able to increase her power with rage, basically. She has fire manipulation with her blood demon art, which can burn demons, funnily enough, along with regeneration, or nullification, or negation rather, being able to negate demons' regeneration with it. It also has explosion manipulation too, transformation, statistics amplification, blood manipulation, being able to keep her head and limbs from being completely separated, using her blood manipulation, and adaptation, being able to eventually adapt to the sun. There's also the resistances too, with Nezuko having resistances to diseases, with demons not being able to get sick, poisons, as it should be comparable to strong demons who have a high poison resistance, pain manipulation, being able to take being completely chopped apart and still fight on, fear manipulation and paralysis inducement, being able to withstand an aura that causes fear and paralysis. So overall, I think it's clear Nezuko at least has the versatility point, as she just has way more abilities than Power. And while Power definitely can like counter a lot of Nezuko's abilities with her blood manipulation and be able to create weapons, it's not a lot, because like she just doesn't have the abilities to match Nezuko's. Nezuko's just outright has more broken and just more versatile abilities. You can give Power the weapons point though, as she can literally create any weapon she wants to out of the blood, and could also wield it masterfully as well. As for weaknesses, and Power is afraid of the dark and can become anemic if she drinks too much blood. As for Nezuko's weaknesses, the only real one that she has is that Worstra flowers, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing absolutely correctly, are poisonous to her. So I guess if you want to be super specific, Nezuko's weakness is more damning, but Power's weakness is going to be more exploitable in the fight. So overall, who wins the fight? Well, we've gathered from this that the strength, attack, potency, and durability are all highly debatable and highly subjective, so we can't really say for sure who's stronger and more durable than the other. What we can say for certain though is that Nezuko is faster, has better abilities, and is more versatile and less vulnerable, while Power has better weapons. So overall, who wins? It does seem a lot in Nezuko's favour, and I mean, I guess it is, even without the strength, malarkey, and all of that. Their abilities do bounce off each other quite interestingly though, as Power's blood manipulation seems to be much more precise than Nezuko's, and she could counter Nezuko's ability to set her on fire by just removing the blood from her. Although Nezuko's regeneration is much more reliable and potent than Power's, having to physically heal herself, for example, and Nezuko could just heal on instinct. Nezuko could also just grow more powerful, so even if we do take the lower end scaling, it's not going to be to that amount later on in the fight. So, getting on with it then, if we take low end Nezuko and high end Power, yeah, it's a complete wash, with Power being almost 2,000 times stronger, and well, yeah, Nezuko does have all her advantages, Power would just one-tap her, and that would be it. If we take a high-end Nezuko against a kind of mid-end Power, then it does kind of range as well, with either Nezuko being able to one-shot Power, with her being around 50 times stronger, or you take the 8 times stronger, and, I mean, Nezuko would still just destroy Power, because, well, the power gap is much, smaller. Nezuko is just faster and would just wail on Power until eventually Power dies. And then if we take both high-end Power and high-end Nezuko, it does become quite interesting, because Power is more powerful, however not by an insane amount, and Nezuko is faster than Power is stronger, not to mention that Nezuko can get stronger throughout the fight, meaning that I do think that even if you do take them both at their high ends, Nezuko would win overall. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to like, subscribe. There isn't a next time trailer, because the next weekend video is the channel anniversary, and if you're, been around on the channel for a while, you know that I do make a separate channel anniversary video, whenever that comes about. So I'll see you then.